We're going to teach you something that has become one of my most favorite lessons. I learned this last summer, and I have used it every single week since then. And what is amazing is I've watched kids do it even better than adults. So let's turn the time over to Miss Henry, and then we'll learn something new, right?
In our times together, we've created a BePeace toolbox, and we've been putting new tools in. And one of those is coherence. And then our second tool is our BePeace Feelings and Needs Cards game. So let's review our coherence steps. I don't know whether you can see them from here. But the first one is heart focus. Can everybody say heart focus?
Heart focus.
If you put your finger on your head, where are you focusing?
On your head.
If you put it on your knee, where are you focusing? Can you shift your attention to your heart by putting your finger on your heart?
Yes.
So we want to focus on our hearts, and you can use your finger to do that if you want to. Then heart breathing. Sometimes it's helpful to put our hands on our hearts. And we breathe just like we're breathing through our heart. We know it's really our lungs, but it feels like our heart's breathing. And then we find that feeling of appreciation. It can be a peaceful feeling. It can be that love I have for my puppy or my good friend. And we bring that smiley, peaceful feeling into our heart. And that changes our heart waves to very regular waves. And at that place we can be, it's called coherence, and we are in the moment, and we can work at our peak. Has anybody been using this before tests? It's really useful to do better for tests, and athletes, even Olympic athletes, use it in order to work at their peak performance. It's a great tool to have in our toolbox.
Yeah,
So
Miss Henry, let me show them one thing.
Okay.
Okay, do you remember like before STAR test last week? We were so nervous, okay? And your brain is just going, I mean, you're just like this, right? Okay? And what have we learned? That we can actually bring it to the point where we can get our minds really clear. We can think clear, we can feel clear, and all of a sudden great things happen. So instead of this jerky kind of thing going on in our brain, we want it to go like this. Peaceful and rhythmic, and you do your best thinking, you do your most creative work, your smartest answers when it's like that. And the other thing is too, if I can do it and I'm standing here, and you guys can it kind of spreads. And if you can do it, kind of spreads. And so we can make our whole room feel like that peaceful happiness, okay?
And when our heart is in that place, actually, that heart energy spreads out within about 6 feet. So if I'm close to you and you're in it too, you can see how it would spread, and we can all get calm together. And all the worries in our head go away then, and we can do our best. So let's try that together, okay? If you close your eyes, put your hands on your heart. Just drop your attention down, 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 down in your heart. Focus on your heart. Let all those thoughts drop down in your heart. And then breathe like you're breathing through your heart. Some sweet, calm, peaceful breaths. And then pull into your heart that feeling. Might be something you appreciate, or something you love. Might feel like your heart is smiling. It's different for everybody. But when I get there, then my mouth smiles too. I can even open my eyes and look around the room and still stay in my heart. You want to try that? Can you feel your heart and still open your eyes and look around? Yeah, the room feels really peaceful, doesn't it? Okay, and we're ready for our second tool, which is feelings and needs. And Ms. Lori is going to help us. I want to introduce you. This is Lulabelle.
I'm third grader Lulabelle today, okay? Me llamo Lulabelle, no solamente la señora Brady. Okay?
All right, you have a white card on your desk, and those are the rules of the game. So Lulabelle doesn't know how to play this game. So will you teach us how to play? So can you look at your card at number 1, and let's read together, and will you tell us what we're going to do first?
See, I'm going to be person A, she's going to be person B, okay? So let's read out loud number 1, everyone together. Person A tells a brief situation that caused a negative feeling.
And Lulabelle is our person A, so she's going to tell us a Lulabelle story. Something happened to her.
Okay, I went out to recess yesterday, and I went over to play with my friends that I play with all the time. And when I went over there, they turned their backs on me and they said I couldn't play with them, that I was ugly. That's what happened.
So she's told us her story. So what do we do next? Number 2, together.
Person A chooses feeling cards and says, I am feeling, ...
And we have feeling cards by A, and you have those on your desk. And then we have needs cards on B. So these are the feelings cards. She is going to pick the ways that situation made her feel. She's going to move them over to the middle, and she's going to say, I was feeling, and name the card.
Okay, now, Lulabelle is going to pick. I'm going to pick for me. Now, you look, you might feel something else, and that's okay, but I'm just going to put the ones I was feeling, okay? I was feeling angry, and I was feeling very sad, and I was feeling a little confused, like, I don't know what happened. I mean, they were my friends yesterday. I don't know what happened. And I think I really felt hurt. And then also, I felt a little embarrassed because they did it in front of everybody. That's how I felt.
What did I do while she was picking her feelings? Anybody have an idea of what I was doing?
You're listening.
I was just listening. I wasn't helping, I wasn't suggesting, I wasn't telling her I used to feel hurt too one time when somebody did that to me. I was just respectfully listening. So that's the role of person B. So let's do number 3. Read it to us.
Person B chooses 3 to 5 needs cards. Says, I'm guessing that you need.
I had to be listening in order to know what she might, and I'm only guessing. I don't have to be right. I'm only guessing. Lulabelle, I'm guessing that maybe you need some understanding. And maybe you need some acceptance. And maybe you need to belong. I chose to do 3, but I could do 5, but I picked 3. So what's the next step?
Person A chooses any other needs.
This gives her a chance to really see what she was needing in that situation.
Well, I also need those, but I need to feel respect. I don't think they treat me with respect, and I also need some trust, because now I don't know who's my friend and who's not, so I don't know what to do. Maybe a little support too, because I'm kind of feeling lonely right now.
And the next step is?
We're on number 5. Person A picks 3 most important needs and gives cards to partners. So I have to pick the 3 that are standing out to me the most. Kind of need all of them, but I think I need acceptance and respect and trust.
And number 6?
Person B looks at partner and says, when that happened, you needed, you name the 3 things and say, is that right?
This is what it looks like. Lulabelle, when you were out on the playground the other day, and your friends from yesterday wouldn't play with you and turn with their backs on you and called you ugly. You really needed some acceptance,
Yeah.
and you needed respect,
Oh, yeah.
and you needed trust.
Oh, yeah, that's the most.
That's the most.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Is there anything?
That's what I need.
Yeah. Could you see what happened to her when I reflected back to her the needs that she picked? Did you see what was going on in Little Bill?
What happened? I started out just telling you about it, and what happened at the end? Did you feel my heart kind of get there?
Do you think she felt heard? Do you think that felt good to her?
You know how we talked about even support up here? I just felt that too.
So that's how it works. And you have person A sitting in front of the feelings cards, and you have person B sitting in front of the needs cards. So person A will tell their little situation that had a negative feeling with it. And if you need the rules, you have them right there at your desk. And when you get to number 7, when the first person's finished, you'll put all the cards back in place, you'll switch desks, and you'll do it again. So everybody gets a turn.
Okay, to help you out to get started, I want person A, I want you to think of something that happens to me at least 10 times a day. What's something that happened that kind of hurt your feelings? Like maybe a brother or sister, maybe somebody yelled at you or took your stuff or was rude. Can you think of something like that at home or on the bus or school? Think of something, person A, that wasn't good, that made you hurt or mad or something. Can you think of that real quick? And then I want you to use that as your situation. All right?
Tell your part.
Okay, let's everyone start. Person A is going to tell the brief situation now that caused that negative feeling to your partner. So kind of turn your chairs just a little bit and face each other just a little bit. Okay? Because it's good to look at each other when we're talking. I love that eye contact. If you don't know a word, raise your hand and I'll help you with it. Tú puedes buscar para ver si hay otras que son aún más importantes.
Understanding and trust.
Either when your brother hits you with a bat when you go home, I'm guessing you needed respect, appreciation, and safety. Is that right?
Yes.
Now that you've done that once or twice, and you were sitting and looking at each other, does anyone want to share how that felt? What if you'd never had this experience before? And now you've had this. How would this maybe be helpful? Yes.
I felt like all the worries that I've had just been lifted.
Wow. And how do you think they lifted?
It just got out of me to know that somebody was listening and that they were with me.
Awesome. That does really help. And you know what? You were the person for her to do that. How does that feel to know that you really helped someone? Does it feel good? Yeah.